So, musta? Kumusta guys? Gusto ko mag-vlog ngayon because anywhere, anyhow. Gusto ko lang mag-vlog ngayon for a little update about my life. Really? Yun nga, gusto ko mag-vlog kasi kakagaling ko lang sa interview. Oh, wait. Nag-lag ang aking camera. Okay, just to let you guys know, I'm currently unemployed. I'm unemployed. However, I have a training on Friday. So, just a few updates, or just a few recap actually. So, I quit my job because I'm no longer happy with the system. And it's really going to be easy for you to be upset when, you know, you got hired knowing that you have no knowledge in dentistry, and then they hired you, and then they saw your full potential, that you were able to learn almost everything. Because first of all, you get to close and open the clinic by yourself after 1 month of training. Who the fuck does that? And this is just not, you know, like a simple puzzle in where we're hiring you, this is how you use this is no, it's not that, because you gotta learn the medical terminology, the dental terminology, and shit. So it was just so upsetting that just pissed me off, and I was like, alright, let me move on. Let me move the fuck on. And then after that night that I really got upset, I wasn't really gonna leave, you know what I mean? Like, I was just, alright, I hope this cools down, you know, I get back to work and everything's cool. And then he was not. The next morning after that night that I applied for, I already have 3 interviews lined up. So I'm very proud of that. Because I was like, I didn't really believe that I was gonna get an interview right away. I thought it was like, you know, I'm at least have 1 more week working with them. And I wasn't really gonna quit. I was just trying if I'd get really a new job. And then I had a lot of tremendous interviews that got back to me. So I'm very proud of that. And then all the interviews went well. It's just now overwhelming because they're asking for my opinion. Like, now, we want you here, it just let us know when you want to start for the training. Why do I need to be trained again? I need to be trained again because in my past occupation, I was an oral surgery office manager. Oral surgery is strictly oral surgery. So all the jobs that I applied for apparently are all general dentistry, so they deal more with the braces, cosmetic, cleaning, and I was from an oral surgery clinic. So I need to be trained again. So now it's overwhelming because they all want me to work for them. It's not like, you know, because it's overwhelming because the decision is on me now. Tomorrow, actually, I have another interview, and you know what? I also applied for one dermatology practice. They got back to me, and I have an interview on Wednesday at 5 p.m. So I actually wrote down the ones that I really like and everything that's going on in this intermediate pad where we write down our bills. So I had an interview with Dr. Sam today at 12. I liked it. I really liked it. The thing is, they want me more for the billing. They wanted to title me as dental administrator, which is more for the accounting and billing. Remember when I was running around saying I'm not gonna deal with no math, and now I'm gonna deal with math? I'm fine with it. I used to do billing in surgery. It's just different now because different codes and whatnot. So, fun fact, I learned this from the interview. You know, there's different types of x-rays. There's panoramic, there's PAs, there's bite wings, there's CT, there's CBCT. I told her I can take x-rays, and she was like, what type of x-rays? I was like, the modern one. I could take the modern one. She's like, there's no modern, there's no such thing as modern, there's no such thing as updated. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, because you guys just panoramic x-ray, if I'm not mistaken, Panorex. Yes, we do use Panorex, yes, and that's for oral surgery. They want the entire teeth, you know. But for general dentistry, they go for the PAs. They go for the PA x-ray and the bite wings, the closer one. That's why it hurt when they take the x-ray. Because that's really why. It just blew my mind because I was like, what? There's no modern or outdated x-rays. It's just different needs. Because on oral surgery, we always use Panorex, CBCT. But apparently in general dentistry, they want more for a closer look, so they use PAs and bite wings, the ones that hurt. So that's nice to know. So now I'm just really overwhelmed and I want to treat myself today. I want to go to Keith in Lafayette in the city. In NoHo. So there's Soho and I think no. I posted on Instagram that if you guys need cleaning, root canals, extractions, hit me up or hit my boy Gabe. And then we'll go from there. Let me know what insurance you got here in NYC, okay? And I'm gonna refer you, and you might even meet me. You might meet me. Feeling. So no, I've been meaning to meet you guys because I see your DMs, especially the non-bastos ones. Yeah, I see you. And so I think for today's video, just to make it spicy, I'm going to speak English. English, strictly English. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more interviews to go to. There's one in Zoom. I went from oral surgery to general dentistry real quick, like real quick. And just to let you guys know that you should value yourself more, because if I stayed at where I was 5 years ago, I would have not known, you know, my full potential. So if you're in a manipulative, toxic lifestyle, wherever you are right now, escape it. Because I really belittled myself when I was young. I really looked down to myself because I believed whatever the person I loved, you know, said. It's true. You're gonna believe whatever she says, he says, especially if you love them. You're gonna believe whatever they say. So I believed whatever she said, and I thought it's really for the better of my life. Maybe it is. I just saw it differently. But if I was still that little girl and I tried to just suck everything up and just continued that lifestyle mindset, I would have not known that I could learn dentistry in the span of 1 month, you know? I know it's difficult if you're there now, and I don't want to, you know, I don't know what you're going through, but what I've been through, I don't want to go back there, because I know to myself that I really would have not known. I would have not had this confidence knowing that a lot of people want me to work for them. Like, really, literally that night opened my eyes, because I would have not known if I didn't escape the job, if I didn't escape my life before. I would have not known. But I love my surgery clinic. I loved it. I owe everything I experienced and learned from them. Literally. Like, literally. They hired me not knowing anything in dentistry. But that was an accident. They would have not hired anybody that doesn't have experience. But they saw my full potential. They saw in 1 month I get to open and close the clinic by myself. So, like, I would come off aggressive and whatnot, but that doesn't mean I'm like that in private, you know what I mean? And I try my best not to say anything about my private life in social media, no matter how it hurts. But all I want to say, if you're scared and whatever, you're scared or what, because before I've been also trying to you know, it's all in my head. I'm just planning it. Should I leave now? But I don't got money. How am I gonna provide for myself? You're gonna make it. Just have faith. Have faith. So keep in mind, I got the job when I was 19, and I'm in the medicine field. So I know it's going to be hard if you're in the Philippines or in a country, in a third world country. I know it's going to be hard to try to risk the way I risked. But you're going to get there. You don't have to rush it. You're going to get there as long as you know. Overthink it. You know what? Overthink it. That's the only way. Overthink it. Think of the pros. Think of the cons. Write it down. And then when you're ready to go, go. If the pros outweigh the cons, go. Leave. Because that's the only way. And don't get me wrong that I'm just saying this because, you know, I have the advantage. Just keep in mind that I was there. I've been there. I took the risk because I didn't get a job and it was in the medicine field right away. when I started my very first job was when I was 16. I worked for a sandwich place. After that, I had another job at Target. Do you guys know that it's so hard to get a job at Target? I don't know how I got the job because it's the same thing that happened to me. I applied overnight, and then the next day they reached out to me for an online interview. They send you a bunch of questions, and then you record yourself on the website that they sent. It's on a link, and then you record yourself. You only get to record yourself once, so you don't get to do retakes. I worked for the back. I applied as a cashier. They asked me to work the back. So you know when the people who prep online orders or like same day pickup orders, I did that. And I was like walking around Target with a big ass cart because I gotta pick up everything, and then you gotta look on every panel of the whole building for that item. Even if it's just out of stock, it's in stock. So you gotta look at, you gotta dig, and you gotta look. You gotta go from up down with that big ass cart. And I worked that time night shift, so I worked from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. stuff like that. That was during the winter. That was during Christmas, because I was seeing the same PJs all over the place, and people be ordering the same PJs. And I tell them it's out of stock, the size is out of stock. Then when your manager sees that you say it's out of stock, and then she finds it herself, like, you're gonna be fucked, bro. You're gonna be fucked. So that was really crazy experience. I love working for Target. I feel like it's like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. But I love working for Target, but it was just so difficult for me because I used to work, what, 4 times a week, and I'm a night shift. But it was like a 5-minute walk away from my house, but a lot of things could happen in 1 second, girl. I don't know why. But it was my hood, so I don't give a fuck. There were a lot of drug addicts walking around, but I don't give a shit because it's my hood. After working for Target, I worked for Pretzel Maker. I worked for Pretzel Maker near my house in a mall. Oh, and it's crazy because like the second week that I worked there, somebody came up to me and he's a fan. I started YouTube last year. I started working for Pretzel Maker last year as well. He's a fan. He's not Filipino or anything, so I was like, what? So it's crazy because there's 3 branches of Pretzel Maker in that one mall. And then that one night I was in the basement and he came and he was like, are you Anna? I was like, yeah. And then he didn't ask for a picture or anything, but he got a pretzel for me. He got a pretzel. But it's so nice with Pretzel Maker though, because you can eat while you're working. So the dogs you got there and pretzels you got there right in front of you, you can eat it as you work. So you gotta get cancer soon because it's so oily. I did the highest floor. That's where the kitchen is, blah blah blah. The second floor there has no kitchen. The basement one has no kitchen. So when the basement and the second floor runs out of pretzel, you gotta go all the way up and bring it down to the 2 branches. So that was so difficult for me because you know what, they always make the newbies do that, like bring a huge ass cart going up and down. But I love them. They were all Hispanics. Alright, so I'm getting ready to dip. I'm just overthinking right now because I know that it's a huge transition from oral surgery to general because it's just really different. So I'm just overthinking that now. Because with oral surgery, we even deal with non-dental stuff like biopsy. So for example, you have a lump on your tongue, on your lip, we take that out and then we send it to the lab and to see if it's cancerous or not. See, this is the key I have because I open and close the clinic. So I have like a bunch of keys. And look, I wrote down this one here. A tooth. This is what I'm wearing. It's just like a jersey and then a sports bra and a short. So it's the streetwear shit because I want my lashes to stay up like this all the time, bro. So andito na tayo sa hindi siya mataba dahil siya ay Lafayette. Ha, wala. Yes, me. I'm not reading barley. So cute. Tapos may babe din dito. Bathing ape. So parang mga street style whatever choo-choo meme. Sila dito mostly. Pero ayan nga. Nag-overthink lang ako siguro. So hindi ko parang shit, tapos ako nilagay earphones ko. So, ayun nga, parang nahihirapan ako kasi nasa labas na ako. Lumabas ako para hindi mag-overthink, pero nag-overthink na ako ngayon. So, ayan. So, ito siya. So, nasa women's na ako, guys. Nahihiya talaga ako. Shit. Titingin-tingin kasi ako para sa dress. Nagustuhan ko talaga to. Maganda siya. Pero actually, hindi ako familiar dun sa brand. So, nagsusukat ako ng sapatos. Gusto ko kasi ng something na pwede ko i-partner sa dress. So, nag-iisip ako kung yun. Maganito yung likod niya. Ma-fluff. Ba, ma-fluff. Suede. Suede yung likod niya. O kaya yun. Ay! Yung una kong choice is ito, diba? Yung maraming heart. Pero wala nang size ko. So, ito na lang yung isang heart lang. Yung CDG. Ito yung CDG, guys. Feeling ko mas okay siya sa dress. Ayan na. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, have a great day. Yes, sir. Shut. Ayan na nga ba sinasabi ko, tuloy-tuloy na po yan. Tuloy-tuloy na. Pero ang isang shirt, guys, 70. Pero maganda talaga. I mean, gusto ko talaga yung design, di ba? Bili ako. Ito for sure mahal to kasi sweatshirt. Gusto ko malang. Oh, 150 pala ang sweatshirt. Pero gusto ko talaga to ship.
Okay.
So guys, papunta ako ng I Mirador. 4-minute walk siya from Keith. Arcos. So parang Keith lang to kasi meron siyang cafe. Ayun o, Cafe Leondor. Ito yung store mismo. Sana lang hindi ako sitahin dito. Kasi bawal pala mag-vlog sa women's apparel ng Keith. Wait lang. So ayun nga. Dun sa pagpapaaral ko sa sarili ko, hindi ako nahihirapan dun kasi at least this sem, may grant ako galing last year. Kasi good grades. Oh, good grades, yes.
Yung basura binabantayan ko.
Talaga.
Eh kasi ayoko mapuno yan. Ang liit-liit ng basura. Tinan mo. Ang liit-liit ng basurahan na yan. Tinutulak ko pa yan. Ako lang gumagawa. Pinupush ko pa ba para hindi sila pa rin ng palit.
Ito dyan nakatingin tapos basurahan na dito.
What?
Ito ka nakatingin tapos dito pala inaalala mo.
Oh, sumakot siya kung ito.
Wow, tinan mo nag-iba ng story yan. Sus ko Lord. Hindi ko alam. Grant ako last year for having good grades.
Kaya ako nagkatrabaho ng 12 hours a day para sa allowance. Ako yung kaparal yan. Tutulong ko siya, support ako siya.
Anywho, anywhere, anyway. Yun nga,
Tinatawag lang namin grant pero...
grant! Di ba, pinost ko yun sa Instagram na nagka-grant ako, 11K. Tapos yung grades ko dun for A+, A-, dahil dun yun.
Pero kaya ako nag-12 hours dahil. Sa akin galing yan, medyo... Tinatawag lang namin grant. Kasi, kaya granted.
Yeah,
Granted.
school grant.
Hindi naman school grant tawag. Alam granted.
Well,